Okay, let me tell you a bit of details about the nature of the aliens and their so-called daily life, according to the Holy Quran and what was detailed in the Sunnah, which is the Prophet's actions and words. There is a whole chapter in the Quran called the Jinn, which we know are the aliens. It explains how a group of Jinn were passing and happened to hear the Quran being recited from some Muslims. So they stopped and listened, and they were amazed by what they had heard. They stated that this Quran leads to righteousness and they will never ever worship any other than God that have no spouse or child. They stated that the lowest of them used to talk bad about God, even though they thought no human or demon will ever say that about God. And that some humans used to seek demons to protect them, which actually gave demons a false sense of pride. They also thought that God will never resurrect anyone on Judgment Day. But, and this is a very big but, recently they touched the sky and found it filled with angels guarding it. And even though they used to take seats and listen to the news of the future, now if anyone tries to listen, he gets shot by meteors. They were not aware if these recent changes have good or bad effects on them. They also stated that there are good groups of jinn and evil ones, and that they all knew they won't be able to escape God's control on earth. But now, since they heard the Quran, they become true believers in God and His guidance, and they knew that those who follow the truth will have paradise, and those that don't will become fuel for hellfire. So this is what the Quran said about the incident, what I just mentioned, about the incident of the jinn listening to the Quran. The Prophet, however, gave us some more details regarding this visit. It actually happened one night when the Prophet was sitting with some of his companions, and suddenly he got up and told his companions to follow him as he headed towards the desert. At one point, he stopped and told them to stop and wait for him, and then he just proceeded to go forward alone. After some time, the companions got worried and decided to go after him after all. As they finally saw him in the dark, he saw them coming and shouted, ordering them to stop. So they did. But they could still barely see that the Prophet wasn't alone. He was talking to some crowd standing around him. The companions got unsettled as those people looked from distance like very skinny with strangely long heads. After a while, the Prophet came back to them, and those people disappeared in the dark. When they asked him about what happened and who are those people, he said, "Those are your brothers from the jinn. They came to me to teach them about the religion." That was the group mentioned in the Quran. So the same group went to their people from the jinn, to their tribe, civilization, or however they gather. So they went to their people to spread the religion, and they even came back much later, after a couple of months, after a while, in big numbers, to learn more about the religion and religious obligations as the Day of Judgments, and just seeking knowledge in general. So if you notice the description given by the companions, it is the same description of the gray aliens, the so-called grays. So the grays are one of the sorts and races of Jinn. You also have the reptilians and the humanoid likes and so on. Regarding their shapes and forms, and it's just like you can imagine if you are a person who lived, for example, in the Amazon jungle for your whole life with no contact with the outside world, and then you suddenly meet this at the same time in one room a Chinese person, a Filipino, an Indian, a Kenyan Maasai, an Arab, a Mongolian, a Swedish person, a Black American, a Nigerian, and a Native American Indian, and I don't know, a South American Indian from Chile, for example, with all the different skin colors and hair types and body heights and face features and everything else. If you see it for the first time in your life, you would think that they are not all humans under the skin. So that's how the aliens are created, all from fire as a base, but different races and shapes. So next time we will go even deeper in the available details, and if you want to learn more, give us a like and click on these videos here. May God bless you all.